Uh-huh.
Honestly, I think this
Uh-huh.
is the most obvious and easiest question. How did the Bears do in this year's draft? Like,
I would
can you
I would
celebrate now?
say, yeah, I'm going to celebrate a little bit because, of course, when you have 10 picks, your biggest thing is what are we going to do with those 10 picks?
Right,
Are we going
right.
to get what we need? Do we fill the holes? What are we going to do? And I have to honestly say that I would give it a solid B plus. I
Yep.
think just for me, again, I know other people have different draft grades, and that's fine. I say solid B plus because the only thing I thought we could have done that we didn't was maybe get an edge rusher. But when you
Okay.
look at the players that we did get, they all make sense and they're all going to fit in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I think at least for definitely for about the first seven or eight are all guys that could, I would assume, make the roster for one and then
Absolutely.
potentially start on opening day,
Oh yeah.
honestly.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
that's why I'm like, I think we did a great job. I think Poles did a really good job. And yeah, I just think that, and I'll go a little bit into that a little more because I think when people, obviously people, Justin Fields, a lot of people were very critical of him. Well, he's just a runner, he's not a passer. You guys forget that this guy didn't run a lot at Ohio State. He passed the
Right.
ball.
Right.
Why? Because he had receivers and an offensive line. The guy can throw the ball. And so
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons I'm actually excited about what we've done in the offseason and with the draft to beef up our line to protect that kid so you can see him throw a little bit more. Because I'm telling you, if you given the opportunity, I think he will prove to people he can pass the ball. And
Hmm.
that's what I'm looking forward to this season. And it started with our first pick, Darnell Wright. I
Yeah.
mean, this kid is 6'5", 333, didn't allow a sack at Tennessee. And for you, those
Hmm.
of you who go, well, it's college football, but this guy took on Will Anderson, who was picked what, third, fourth, third by
Right.
the Texans.
Right.
He took him
And
on,
Jalen
and
Carter.
Jalen and Will, they got nothing,
Yeah.
nothing on Darnell Wright, my friend. This kid is a beast, and
Oh,
I
absolutely.
was extremely happy we got him there at 10. I mean, I know we traded back the one spot with the Eagles because the Eagles really wanted Jalen Carter, and I think it might have been smart of Poles to do that because I think we honestly had the Eagles believing that we were going to take Jalen Carter at 9. So they
Hmm.
gave us another pick because they really wanted to get to that 9 spot to take him. And
Oh, definitely.
honestly, from the reports I'm hearing, he wasn't actually on our draft board. We weren't going to take Jalen Carter. We had brought him in for a visit and we talked to him, but
You
from
bluffed
what
him.
I'm hearing, he was never on our board anyways. So we
Yeah.
got an extra pick out of it because the Eagles really wanted him and traded up with us, and then we took Darnell Wright at 10. So to me, that first pick was great. Now here's where I talk about where I thought maybe we could have got an edge rusher. Our second round pick was 53, and we took Gervon Dexter, defensive tackle from Florida. Now again, this kid is 6'6" and 310, so
Yeah.
another monster guy. And but again, I had hoped at this spot we might get an edge rusher, but it's okay because again, now you've beefed up the interior of your defensive line. Because as I was talking to Sean beforehand, we did sign Demarcus Walker, who is an edge guy, to a 3-year deal this offseason. So I assumed the plan was going in then to kind of secure the interior to help Walker on the outside.
Right.
So hopefully that does happen. Hopefully that helps because again, as you know, our second 2 picks later at 64, we took Zach Pickens, who was the D tackle from South Carolina.
Right.
So you've got two interior guys there that can solidify that defensive line. Now, again, I want people to understand this too. As much as I want my team to succeed, and as much as I want us to win more than anything,
Hmm.
especially to beat those Washington Commanders this year, I want that so
Naturally.
bad. But this is a project. He's building a team. I
Yeah.
don't expect us to come out this year and just blow everybody away. I know I'm talking excitedly, but I don't expect that. This is a team that is a very young team. He's building it. It could take a couple of years before we're really, really good. But I like the moves we made, and I like what we're doing and the direction we're going. And that's the point.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people criticize, our biggest criticism was we never have an offense. We were always a defensive team. We never had offense. Well, that's changed. Because now, if you look at on paper, our offense could be better than our defense this year in terms of what we picked up and what we've done. So we're building, and that's the key point I want everyone to understand. Because even picking up Tariq Stevenson at pick 56, a corner out of Miami. Here's a guy who's a speedster. He can get out and get it. He can tackle as well. So you've got another corner now to go along with Brisker and Gordon playing safety. Gordon's on the one corner, Brisker in the safety. Again, we also drafted a safety with our very last pick in round 7. With the kid from Stanford. So I mean, we're moving. We're going. We're trying to build. We're trying to get some depth, and that's a good thing. Like even at the running back position, because I know a lot of people are like, well, why did you take a running back? Well, I'll tell you why. Deontay Foreman only signed a 1-year deal with us.
Right.
He's more of a stopgap. Honestly, like he's here. If he produces this year, fantastic. If he produces well enough where you go, I need to sign this guy to a longer deal, you can always renegotiate with him and sign him to a longer deal. But he's here on a 1-year deal, and that's fine. Because you got Khalil, who's still got, I think, 2 years left on his deal. So you got Khalil back there. You got Foreman. You picked Roshan Johnson up, who was the backup to Bijan Robinson.
Right.
We all know went to the Atlanta Falcons. Good on them. But anyways, yeah. But good on them. But yeah. But Roshan was his back. And again, this kid had 25 touchdowns in his career at Texas. So he's not a scrub. He's not a slouch. He can run. He's got some speed. He hits the hole pretty well. Saw some tape on him over the draft weekend. So again, a good pickup, a young guy. You could sign him to his rookie deal, and you got him for potentially 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I like that move too. Yeah, I like that move too, and that's what I said. And then in round 4, we added a little depth at receiver. We took Tyler Scott from Cincinnati. Now this guy is he's a speedster. This guy is someone who could go out and get the long ball. See, what we were lacking, as a lot of people will know, the guy who could stretch the defense, the guy who can go 40, 50 yards down the field, catch the ball, and keep going. That's what Tyler Scott can do. And that's why I think it helps that Justin Fields has a guy like that who can go and extend the defense and get out there and get the ball. I mean, that's, it's a great pick. I think it's a great pickup at that point. We got him in the 4th round, and my favorite, I don't want to say it's my favorite pick because I like a lot of these, but I thought for the spot we got him and for what I think this kid could potentially do, we picked up Noah Sewell from Oregon at linebacker in the 5th round.
Oh yeah.
I think this kid could be really good, man. And I already having signed, like I said, we signed Edmonds to a 3-year deal. So we got Edmonds for the next 3 years. We signed, Tremaine Edmonds was a 3-year deal, and Edwards was Edmonds was a 4, and TJ Edwards was a 3-year. So for the next 3 years, you're building your defense with these guys and Noah Sewell and Jack Sanborn, and I think our linebacking core is going to be really good. I'm really, again, I know I'm getting excited. I'm starting to talk fast again, but I really like the moves that we made here. Like, this is what happens when you sit there and go, thank you, Ryan Poles. For the love of Pete, somebody finally is building this team the right way. You're not just plugging it in with free agents that, could be past their prime or they're here for a year or two. Like, we're doing it the right way. You're building through the draft. You're bringing in guys to, some are stopgaps, some won't be with the team next year, and that's fine. But you have to still field the team this year, right? Yeah. So you have to put people in place, you have to put people in place to do that. So some of these kids who are rookies and second-year guys can continue to improve and continue to get better. So that's why I say I think overall the Bears did a good job. Solid B+. Didn't get the edge rush we wanted, but there's still a guy out there who I think we should have our eye on. And I'm curious. I'd have to go check this, so don't quote me. But I want to see how much money we may have left from all the free agent sign, everything we've done, and the credit. See where we're at, because Yannick Ngakoue is still out there.
Yeah, he used to play for the Ravens.
Ravens, yeah. So if we can maybe get Yannick to come here, even if it's on a short deal, a 2-year deal, whatever, that can improve the defense as well. He's still out there. There's a couple guys still out there kind of floating. So I don't think we're in a bad position. Again, we are building. So I think for this draft, I think Ryan Poles gets a solid B plus. Filled a lot of holes, picked up some good guys who could be the future of this team. So very happy with what we did there. I thought we had an excellent draft.
Oh, I like that. Absolutely like that. And on paper, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like you guys just made a killing. And B plus, hey, right, that's right on. Compared to us, I would say A, but I get it. You're trying to be cautiously optimistic. I respect that.
Yes. Yeah. You're right.
Right. Which leads me to my next question. Are you guys better with the 2023 draft? Now, we can look at this individually, but I almost want to look at it as a fill the needs. Did your team get better as in depth and things like that? So what are your overall thought of, did you guys get better from the picks you made?
I think automatically I would say yes, just because when you looked at what we had last year, like the offensive line struggled mightily.
Yeah.
It truly did. Justin Fields ran for his life. Let's be honest. There was a lot of times. I mean, they actually started designing runs for him, I think, just to get him out of the pocket so he didn't get killed. Because it's just like, just go. Because the line's not protecting you. Just go run. Just do something. Don't get injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, help yourself, buddy. Help yourself. Like, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think just with what we did, this offseason, we got better. Okay, we did. We plugged holes. We signed some veteran free agents to help the younger guys along. Like I said, with Edmonds at linebacker, TJ Edwards at linebacker. I mean, even some of the 1 year, like we signed Travis Homer to a 2-year deal for running back. So now potentially in your backfield, like I said, you've got Herbert, you got Deontay Foreman. You could spell him with a Travis Homer. You see what Rashawn Johnson does, and see what you've got in a year or two, and see where we are. Andrew Billings. People may forget we signed Billings to a 1-year deal for defensive tackle.
Okay.
We got a second tight end. We got Robert Tanyan on a 1-year deal from the Packers.
Weird. Real quick about the Billings, it's weird that you signed him, but then got 3 D linemen, D tackles in the draft.
Well, again, 1-year deal for Andrew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're building, and again, those 3 kids may not be ready this year. We don't know.
That's true.
Like, depending on how it goes in camp. So you still have to put a team on the field.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying I like what they did, because not all these guys may start, or they may get starts this year and be, like I said, depth pieces. Some of them may play on special teams for the most part this year, just to get acclimated to the speed of the game and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just get them going. But yeah, I think innately we're better. Okay, I mean, we signed Nate Davis also, so we have our right guard, and with Darnell Wright, we have our right tackle. So the right side of the offensive line is set now. The left side, I'm pretty sure Braxton Jones earned his spot to be the left tackle after how he played it towards the end of last year. I assume that's where we're going to go with that. Now, center is my big concern, because Sam Mustipher actually is not under contract with us. And I don't think we're going to bring Sam back, because honestly, we actually have 3 other centers signed to the team outside of Cody Whitehair.
Yes, we are.
Dieter Iceland was a guy we picked up, a South African gentleman we picked up a couple years ago. He'd been in a practice squad, had been cut. So I assume he's still in the roster.
Oh,
yeah,
Dieter Iceland must know him.
Dieter Iceland, she might.
A lot of South Africans.
Wow, okay. I'm not sure where that was going, but all right. I like it. But
Cat
obviously
Hughes knows them. Nigeria.
Oh wow! All right, as long you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. That's all right. It's all good. We still have Lucas Patrick, but again, Lucas was hurt pretty much all of last year, and didn't really play much. So then, of course, 2 years ago we got Doug Kramer from Illinois. So the center position is still kind of up in the air of who it's going to be, but obviously there's a few guys there competing for that job. But like I said, as far as the left guard, you got a couple guys. Larry Borum is still with the team. Alex Leatherwood, if you want to give him a shot in training camp to see what he does, he could play a left guard spot. Like I said, Larry Borum possibly. So we have options. Again, I just think the line overall is going to be better. So I'm hoping that all works itself out, as it were, as we continue to move here in the season and even through to next year's draft, when again, You never know who you might pick up there. But yeah, we're innately better, and I think I do look for more than 3 wins this year from the old Chicago Bears. I'll say that much. Definitely look for more than 3 wins. I'm hoping for
3 and
7 or 8.
14.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping for about 7 or 8 legit wins.
Okay.
If it gets to 9, fantastic. But I'm going to go with about 7 or 8. I think we can do it. We got a fourth place schedule. So the schedule's a little easier for us. And if the offense can really get going, I think we may give up 30 points, but we'll score 35. So if we can really get that going, I think the offense, I think we'll be okay. So yeah.
NFL Edition said Green Bay had a good draft. He also said he said you guys are playing nice today. Yeah, don't get used to it.
I was gonna say, like, this is probably a one-off. That's never gonna happen again, so don't worry about it. You're good.
Who did the Packers get? Let me check that real quick.
Right, because no offense, I wasn't looking at what the Packers were doing. I'm not gonna lie. So
they had a questionable call earlier where they got Lucas Van Ness at 13. A lot of people
they picked Van Ness at 13. That's right. Yeah, that's right. They picked Van Ness at 13. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had an interesting draft. They had for the most part they had a lot of picks. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Didn't they take a quarterback
7, 8,
at some point?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They had 13 picks. They took Sean Clifford from Penn State.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, with the 149th pick in the 5th round. So,
I knew they took
they got a couple good guys. Dontavian Wicks out of Virginia. They got Lou Nichols. You and I talked about him at Central Michigan.
Central Michigan. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow, look at maybe Green Bay. Right? Green Bay. I mean, because they're on the long track back. They lost Rodgers. They lost probably their best receiver in Alan Lazard, I would think. Yeah. So, outside of the Eagles, the Eagles just became Georgia to the north. Because my goodness, every Georgia player you could think of, they got.
They all went to the Eagles. What is that about? It's Howie Roseman and the coach of did Kirby Smart? Are they besties? Like, what's going on here? I don't like that.
The Lions even sent DeAndre Swift over there. So it's like, I'm another Georgia guy. Just throw more of them in there. Like, just go.
Like a 4th round pick. Come on.
I know.
Come on, Lions. I was real cool with you, Alex. I hope you don't see this. I was cool with your Lions, but that move,
right?
Just to mimic something that Chris Jericho said, you guys are on the list.
Right? You just made the list because that's about right. I mean, I get they picked up Jahmyr Gibbs, and Swift became expendable at that point. But like, you sent them to the Eagles. Like, how would you do that, man? What's going on over there?
Why would you pick Jahmyr Gibbs so early? But
they did. Yeah.
This isn't about the daggone Lions.
Right, the Lions, right. We'll talk to Alex another time about all that. Right. We don't need to go there.
Colin, shout out to Colin, who was just on here talking to Steelers a couple minutes ago. Hey, Nick, just want to thank you so much for the walking head case of Claypool, taking him off your hands and giving us basically a 1st rounder, and then allowing us to take Joey Porter Jr.
You were going to take Porter Jr. regardless. His dad played for you guys. That kid wasn't going anywhere else. Give me a break, Colin. And besides,
I went down heat with other teams and said I'm not going there.
No, but I thank you for watching, Colin. I appreciate you coming on the Bear Show and realizing that we had a great draft. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. You're right. All right, exactly. Come on, boys. Listen to Ben Cordley. Yeah.
Hey, look, hold up. This is going to be a weird turn because me and him used to be fighting, but you know how some teams were fighting and then all of a sudden they came together. Remember Sheamus and Drew McIntyre?
That's right. And Drew McIntyre, exactly.
They brawling and then they came friends. That's what's happening right here. Because Ben,
that's right.
You're the one I'm coming after now. You took
that's
Cody
right.
Mock. You've been talking crap for the last couple of weeks.
Well, you know why? You know why they took Cody Mock? Because we took who they wanted in Darnell Wright. So take that, son.
Yeah. Whoa! Yeah,
as I told you on the North Sports Dynasty show, Tampa Bay can suck it. We got Darnell Wright. You did it. Take it. Take it.
I'm with that.
Take it.